the what is that? The fraternity SAE. Yes, and their song, what their chant was.
But you know the president took action on that, right?
The president took action by closing down the frat house, giving those students X amount of time to get out, probably a day or two.
And you know,
did that bother you that this frat house, or that they were singing something like that? And do you think it's, so what?
No. I was happy that they did it.
You were happy that it was shut down, or you're happy that these students were singing, we're not going to let any,
Right, I was happy that they did it. Because that was the only way it was going to come to light. That I'm sure this is not the first time that they did it, but this time someone recorded it, and this time someone posted it on YouTube or on Facebook. So if they didn't do it, we would have had this fraternity, who we know is a racist fraternity, right, at Oklahoma University, in interacting with people and have these sort of racist views. So I'm happy they did it.
Well, let's
and I want more people to do these type of things.
You want them to come out of the closet.
Yeah, come out of the closet, man.
Well, we're supposed to be the millennials, the new generation is not supposed to be that. And it's interesting, this article on Atlanta Black Star with the headline, Racist Oklahoma Frat Scandals Continues to Unfold, Casting more doubt on the progressiveness of millennials. So these are kids right now are not supposed to be thinking in a racial way or having racist feelings.
Post-racial, huh? We're post-racial. Yeah, right.
But let me read a couple excerpts from this article. As the fallout, I'm here in Atlanta Black Star. From the disturbing Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity video continues at the University of Oklahoma and across the country. The scandal, in addition to causing a rippling effect throughout the college's community, also serves as a reminder that millennials may not be as progressive as they pose to be. Following the deaths of unarmed black men, all across the nation and the hands of the police officers, there was one side that instilled hope, and perhaps the next generation would lead the country to a future where racial equality was more than just rhetoric and political speeches. In every city, crowds of protesters were incredibly diverse. White youth encouraged their peers to acknowledge that their white privilege and come together to discuss how to disband it. Hashtag Criming While White allowed hundreds of social media users to reveal how they too were two Americas. How there were two Americas. One for white citizens who are forgiven even as they are caught breaking the law, and one for black citizens who should be fearful of even walking down the street at night. In the midst of marching together, rallying together, and even demanding justice together, however, a troubling reality lies underneath it all. Many of these millennials apparently are still far from progressive and don't actually embrace the type of policies and changes that would result in equality. A 2012 study by Syracuse University professor revealed that while many white millennials are no less prejudiced than the generations that came before them, many of them, in fact, don't even believe racism is a serious issue in America anymore. Now, we were reading one of those. You read one of those articles, and it said 25% believe racism is not a problem. But then, on the other hand, 75% do. So you can't, expect to get a 99%.
Now, here is the letter from the president to all students, faculty, and staff. To those who have misused their free speech in such a reprehensible way, I have a message for you. You are disgraceful. You have violated all that we stand for. You should not have the privilege of calling yourselves Sooners. Real Sooners are not racist. Real Sooners are not bigots. Real Sooners believe in equal opportunity. Real Sooners treat all people with respect. Real Sooners love each other and take care of each other like family members. Effective immediately, all ties and affiliations between this university and the local SAE chapter are hereby severed. I direct that the house be closed and that members will remove their personal belongings from the house by midnight tomorrow. Those needing to make special arrangement for position shall contact the Dean of Students. All of us will redouble our efforts to create the strongest sense of family and community we vow that we will be an example to the entire country on how to deal with this issue. There must be zero tolerance for racism everywhere in our nation. David L. Boren, President of the University of Oklahoma. And Mr. President, we want to give you a round of applause. We do have to give the President a round of applause. You know why? Because you know why, Margie?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute for what?
Why are you giving him a round of applause, Anselm?
Why don't you think he deserves a round of applause? Let me hear you.
First of all, I mean, what else is he going to do in a situation like that?
He got rid of them. You know what? If you got... I got to give him a round of applause. No, Margie. You see, when people step to the forefront and do things, they need to be acknowledged for doing the right thing. Now, here it is. It didn't take him a month. It didn't take him a week. It didn't take him 2 weeks. How long did it take Ferguson before they released Darren Wilson's name to the public? How long did it take them?
I mean, are you comparing apples with strawberries?
No, this might be apples with peaches.
Okay. No. I'm like, wait a minute. At any rate, okay, well, what about the fact that you got black people calling each other that? Is that, okay? Why, is that racist? When I get students walking up and down the hall screaming that word at each other? So what's some drunken white boys, sing their frat song and we're not going to let them in here, and they're not going to ever be our brothers. I'm just asking you. So what they said that? Is that, closing down that house is going to make them more loving toward people of color? No,
what it is going to set an example. It's going to set an example. And always telling that people, if you are going to make these type of comments, there are consequences for your actions. All right? If you are going to make these type of racist and bigoted comments, right,
yes,
you're going to have to suffer the consequences.
We're sitting in the living room and talking. We don't want any, whatever's here. You can't. And somebody tapes it and puts it on YouTube.
You're going to suffer the consequences.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
Okay, but then when you got black people say,
that's different.
Oh, come on. How is that
different? It is different because listen. The word should not be used anyway. It should not be used, but when blacks use it, it has a different meaning. And listen, a white person can also use it and have the same meaning that a black person uses it.
And how does one determine?
No, it could be. You know what I mean? It could be like, if you say my hero instead of saying my N, you black and you say to me, I'm my hero.
And tell me my nigga.
Right.
That's okay.
Right. And a white boy says, but you're my nigga. Right? That's cool. That is cool. Let's be honest. It is. So come on. You got.
And for me to say we don't want no niggas in our
frat house. That's a difference. That's totally different. That's different. Different kind of.
All of that. I understand that.
If you one of us, if you one of the boys, people use that all the time. I mean, I don't use it. But if you Hispanic.
Did people in the Caribbean use this word when they were
when
you were young? We didn't even use this word at all.
Nah, we never used that word. We may use what we may use. In Trinidad, we use to describe an Indian, which is derogative, coolie.
That's right.
That's a derogative word.
That's right.
For the blacks, what do you say words to the blacks? Oh, we may say kunta kinte.
That's stupid.
That's what we would say.
That's as hard as you could come.
That's right.
Get out of here.
I was saying you kunta kinte. Yeah. We didn't use anything else. See, we weren't as oppressed as the black Americans were. We didn't suffer that oppression. We didn't have to deal with that. So that was it. We just didn't have to deal with it. Well,
you heard about their frat mother or whatever you call it. The house mother at the fraternity.
But listen to this. Let's listen.
Well, wait a minute. You heard about this house mother at the fraternity. There's a 78-year-old house mother at the fraternity who spoke up about how disappointed she was, saying the language used in the video. But then someone had discovered or uncovered a Vine video of the same woman using the racial slur, and it hit the web. Known as Mom B, Gilbo, known as Mom B, was seen on video, rapping along to a song and repeating the N-word over and over again. She laughed and smiled as the camera caught her in the act. Mm-hmm. It was a surprising twist considering that she'd just spoken with CBS News and insisted that the language the boys used wasn't something that the fraternity welcomed. During the Monday's interview with CBS News, she said the chant was unbelievable and added, "This is not SAE." While at the OU branch, the fraternity is certainly no representation of the national frat. As a whole, the entire organization's troubling past makes the behavior of the chapter less shocking. This same fraternity, SAE, proudly touts its connection to the Confederacy on the website, and many other branches of the fraternity have been found guilty of participating in racist rituals. A report by Think Progress revealed that at the St. Louis chapter at Washington University was suspended in 2013 after the fraternity sang racial slurs to black students. Wow. In December 2014, the Clemson University chapter hosted an offensive Christmas party where guests were encouraged to try to depict gang members by wearing urban attire and flashing fake or faux gang signs. In 2009, at the Valdosta State University, found itself in the midst of controversy for flying a Confederate flag on its front lawn. These are only the few many racially charged incidents, and also don't even mention the organization's dark history with hazing that has resulted in several student deaths, according to a report by Time. It is perhaps this racially charged history that kept anyone on the bus from speaking up about the racial slurs. Based on the frat's history, it doesn't seem like racist chants and discrimination were out of the norm for SAE members. Somebody should have stood up and said, "Hey, we should not say this," a student by the name of J.D. Baker told CBS News. Despite the fraternity's past of racial actions and discrimination against black students, OU, or Oklahoma University's former football coach, referred to the boys as innocent and defended them against any claims of being racist.
No.
So, if this is the norm for this fraternity, I don't know.
Time check. The time is approximately 8:59 p.m. That time check is brought to you by All Star Motors, providing you with services you can trust. They provide you with ASC certified mechanics, New Jersey State inspection facilities, used car sale, authorized police towing, and emission repair facilities. You can call them at 973-763-8771. That's 973-762-8771. Coming up next, you wouldn't believe what the president of the University of Oklahoma Black Association has to say about these videos. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. For more, go to SoMore.org to participate in the discussion. Get into the discussion at 973-327-3626. This is the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. We want to hear your opinion. You can log on to SoMore.org or give us a call at 973-327-3626. Go ahead and advertise on the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. You can reach us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to assist you.
Do you want your kid to run faster with better running form and conditioning for his or her sport? Then Running Development Academy is the place for him or her. Our training packages fix their form and make them run faster. How about training to run a marathon or just run faster in your respective event? Maybe you just want to learn to run properly and lose weight in the process. Our trainers, a former 800 meters track Olympian and an 8 times world record holder in Masters Track and Field, will get you there. Don't delay. Sign up today at runningdevelopmentacademy.com or contact us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 to learn more.
Want to learn piano for kids? Then I recommend Wendy Goldstein School of Piano. Wendy Goldstein